night my father's hidden past showed up at my doorstep, the knock came like a gavel, 3 hard blows that cut through the fridge hum and rain. I opened to a teenage girl with my father's eyes and a hospital bracelet with his last name. Behind her idled a dented sedan. A woman slumped in the driver's seat with one hand on her ribs. The girl hugged a file folder and looked past me into the hallway, as if she already knew the shape of my life. My mother slept in the back room. I stepped aside. The girl set the folder on my table. The woman in the car lifted her head, tried to smile, and sagged again. I took a towel into the rain, water beaded on the windshield, and slid down her face. The folder held copies of things that were not mine and still bound my name. A birth certificate listing my father as a parent, more than a decade after the night he missed my 10th birthday. A photo of him with a newborn in the same yellow cap from our hall closet. Rent receipts and cash for a walk up across the river. A pawn slip for the bracelet my grandmother gave me, dated the week it vanished from my drawer. An unsigned lease addendum with my address. He trained me to expect weather where he walked. He hid mail under the sink. When his truck failed, my mother sold her piano, and his plan never reached our house. He said a family was a team, which meant his mistakes were uniforms we had to wear. The girl watched me sort the papers, hands folded like someone who had practiced waiting. The woman limped in and lowered herself onto the couch, breathing in shallow counts. She placed a small tin on the coffee table. Inside lay keys, a prepaid phone, and a warehouse badge under a different name that still pointed to my father's photo. The call log showed my area code many nights, then nothing. The path in the documents was a straight line. He rented an apartment nearby under a name that rhymed with his. He bought furniture and a fish tank, then let the electric lapse. He took gift envelopes and promised to deposit them. He said he would fix the lease and could not. He was always in transit and always almost done. Headlights slowed outside. The buzzer rattled, then the old sound of keys that fit my lock. He stepped in, wet and careful, wearing the jacket I bought the winter before he vanished. He looked at the girl and the woman with the tin, then at me. His face arranged itself into kindness the way a man fits a mask. He lifted his hands in a slow sweep and scanned the room. He saw the pawn tag, the certificate, the badge. He widened his stance the way he did before turning a problem into air. He glanced toward the hallway where my mother slept and measured what to risk without speaking. He moved toward the table as if weight alone could tilt the facts. I closed the door and set the chain. The girl's shoes left half moons on my rug. The woman held her side and studied the hairline crack across the ceiling. A siren rose and fell, then grew faint. My phone buzzed. The warehouse number flashed and vanished. He stared at the window as if the glass might open. I lifted the folder and watched his eyes track each page like sparks. The girl inhaled and steadied herself. The woman rested her palm on the keys. He nodded once, a motion that could be apology or strategy. Water fell from his cuffs. The chain held. The hallway clock clicked. My mother turned in her sleep and the TV dimmed. Outside, the hazards on the sedan kept blinking, slow and even, like a metronome counting beats no one wanted to play marking time.